Yo, what up, what up? I am cooled down and back. So as you can see here, it's a complete blowout, which shows the inconsistency of this game. Earlier on also, they started using some of their worst players. So if you keep the game close, they're going to have their best five on the whole fucking game, and they're never going to run out of energy. So you got to put them down real quick. The quicker you do it, the much easier the challenges become. So let's wrap this bitch up, maybe. They still get bullshit calls, though. But yeah, like I was saying, you want to make sure you put them away early on. If you can't, and it's going to be close all game, you're going to hate your life by the end of it. And it's not like I ran that much of a different team. It's just that the animations were more in my favor. The passing lanes weren't always clogged. And I was actually getting foul calls in my favor. And I wasn't getting called for fouls every time I even came close to the opponent. And Steve Nash put it on him. I don't care if he's 6'3". I really like that card. He has done well for me the games he's played. I've been neglecting him. Hell, had I known that, I would have thrown in an oop. Wade getting some for his Evo. What the hell's going on here? Jermaine O'Neal, splash down. Oh, is that another steal? It is. So in the first game that I was frustrated with, they weren't missing shit. I think they were... What did they miss? 4 of their shots total. But when you put the pressure on them early, they start missing shots. So, I mean, they still shot pretty good. Like 60% is a damn good shoot rate. 4 of 6, 3 of 6, 3 of 4, and then it kind of gets shisty. But these guys weren't even playing the last game. So, Luol Deng wasn't in. Tyler Hero. I really shut down LeBron. So, I think that was the benefit here. Chris Bosh did nothing. They dominated last game. And it was like Dwayne Wade. He played every single minute. This game's so stupid. Anyways, actually, I better make sure this is finished. A couple times I've left games early and it didn't register the win. That was frustrating. So you want to make sure it says final in the bottom corner. And if you're in like online games, you want to make sure that ball stops spinning in the bottom right hand corner before you jump out. Safest bet is to always just go through it all, but we got to try to save time. I mean, these load screens are ridiculous. The amount of downtime in all of these goddamn games is ridiculous. So, anyways, Steve Smith is the reward for completing the Southeast Division. So, I haven't done anything special. I still have a lot of games to go. For instance, Isaiah Thomas. My God, I've done that challenge about 15 times now. Closest I ever got, I think, was 8 or 9 steals. Ridiculous. I tried rebounds one game. I got 8 rebounds. Fucking stupid. So, anyways, so I have started Northwest. I'll probably finish that tomorrow, and then I'll take a big break for the weekend. and get back at it next week, because what's the point of rushing? Everyone that rushes then bitches and complains because there's no content after. Like, you can't win for losing. And then they bitch because the rewards aren't good enough, yet they're free. But they bitch because nothing available free. It's all pay, and then when it is, it's never ever gonna meet their expectations. It's so fucking ridiculous. Of course, free shit will never be quite as good as cost. I mean, these motherfucking companies want to make money with their goddamn games. How the fuck you gonna make money if free shit's better than pay shit? It's fucking economics. Like, use your heads, fucking people. And I'm not talking about the people that watch me. I'm talking about people in general. Steve Smith. I definitely remember him from back in the day for both the Hawks and the Heat. 6'7", 2 Hondo. 46 and 11. Tell me that isn't decent for free. Like I said, it all comes down to the luck of animations. If you have a preference to behind the back, the dribble sigs, if you have a preference to the shooting sigs, and if you really absolutely need height. But if you absolutely need height in this game, get the fuck out of here. Of course it helps. Of fucking course it helps. But do you need to be that goddamn cheesy? Probably. I use guys I enjoy playing. Well, I use evolutions, which are not generally enjoyable. But the ones that aren't evolutions, I use people I enjoy playing. Or people I connect to. I don't give a fuck what everyone else uses. If there's people I enjoy playing, play them. Doesn't matter who the very best cards in the game are, is if you can't fucking use them. Was there 90? No. Yeah, there was a 90 post-centric. Whatever. On to tendencies and off of my ranting. On that note, I purchased a electric scooter, like the kick scooters, the other day. So once I do some tuning to it and some upgrades, maybe I'll throw a video on the channel if anyone's up for that. Actually, I'll probably do it anyways. I don't give a shit. You can't have a channel, you can't have a life, you can't have anything unless you enjoy it yourself. You have to please yourself before you please anyone else. You can't please anyone else if you don't please yourself. Let me tell you, if you're always trying to please everyone else and not yourself, that's how it leads to depression and bad shit happening. I lived most of my life trying to please everyone else. It fails because no one gives a shit about anyone but themselves. So you got to care about yourself first and then care about others. Don't just give a shit about only yourself. Just make sure you take care of number one first, but not only number one. What can I say with this card? The only reason I probably wouldn't use him is because he's not one of my favorite players. Because ultimately, at the end of the day, like I said, you want to play with people that you enjoy. And who the hell am I going to enjoy in my roster? Let's take a look here. I guess it doesn't even matter. Oh. So, like Rick Barry, good card. Was before my time, so I don't quite relate to him. Chris Mullen was a long time ago. Like, I absolutely will use Drexler. Once I'm done all the shit that I specifically need certain people for. Like I said, fuck Unlimited. It's a joke. But I mean, playing anything else to have fun. Drexler, love that guy. He was one of my very favorite. Well, he was my favorite player until Nash came around. Steve Nash, I'll absolutely use him. Amari occasionally just because of the Nash Amari connection. Kawhi Leonard just because I gotta respect the man. The Admiral because I definitely remember him from back in the day, even though San Antonio. I was not a fan of San Antonio, but I was a fan of the Admiral. Hakeem obviously won a championship with Clyde in Houston. Probably won't ever use Harden. I'm not a fan of him in real life. Kyle Lowry, like all the Raptors, for sure will get used. That's why I either bought them with diamond contracts or put diamond contracts on them. DeMar, I got to add a contract to. Obviously, Vince, an ex-Raptor. Some of the older guys, like Dan Issel, that's still a really good card. Go and play triple threat offline. I don't care if he's only 6'9" at center. That guy can rip boards. Like, of course, I remember a lot of these guys from way back in the day because I'm pretty old, like Derek Coleman and shit. But whatever. Like Jason Kidd was like a parallel to Steve Nash. If you ever learn about their careers, Steve started under Jason Kidd, who was backup to, I believe, at the time, Kevin Johnson. And then Jason Kidd got the starting role. And then when Jason Kidd moved from Phoenix to, I believe, Dallas, Nash took the role. And then when Kidd left Dallas, actually, Nash went to Dallas. And then Kidd went to Phoenix. And then Nash went back to Phoenix. It's the parallels of them two it's pretty interesting. Dwight Howard, I don't know. I think he's a bum, but I always enjoyed watching him. Maybe I just wanted to see him self-destruct with his life, so I'll put a diamond contract on him, even though he's not even one of close to one of the best opals. He's entertaining. Obviously, I'll use Kobe for the respect. McGrady because the history with the Raptors, but I mean, I hope they make an opal of him with the Raptors. That would be the card I would use. Neek, again, not one of the greatest opals, but I loved him back in the day. Um, yeah, if they made a new card of Serge Ibaka, sorry, I respect him now. The past couple years as a Raptor, I definitely respect him. But I can't respect this card enough to put friggin' a contract on him. Like 7 and 23 Opal. Ugh. And that grind to get the Opal was horrible. And then there's other players that go on, like ones that you'll enjoy. Again, any of the Raptors I'm gonna play. Um, Pistol Pete. Some of these guys just have the best nicknames, so I mean, you gotta use them. Obviously, I'm gonna go for the Opal Pete. I just don't have the budget right now. Shea Gilgis Alexander, I hope they make an Opal of him, but I'd still use him as Pink Diamond just because I rep Canada. So if you're Canadian or a Raptor, for sure I want to add you to a team eventually here. But I mean, obviously, it's to clean out whatever objectives I have right now, which mostly is doing the evolutions. But like the Kawhi Leonard, I would use him even as the Raptors card, but I would totally use him as the Opal. But anyways, enough of that garbage. I need to wrap this up. I definitely need to wrap this up instead of babbling. It's been a long day, a long, very frustrating day for me. But like I said, there you can see two of the six new SIM cards. Six plus one, six, 5 plus 1, or 6 plus 1. Two of the six regular, and then I will be getting, yes, for sure, Steph Curry. And also, if you guys do get Steph Curry, there are, and I've already looked this up, you don't have to, but there are two diamond shoes that will boost force that all five statistical categories, or five of the. 9 statistical categories that he does not have a 99 in. There are 2 shoes that will upgrade 4 of those 9. So 2 will upgrade 5 and 2 will upgrade 4. But I did the research, so you got to figure it out. Actually, I'll tell you. Air Foams and the LeBron 15s will upgrade 5 of the 9. Shox BB4 and Jordan Unions will upgrade 4 of the 9. It's just a matter of which categories you want to upgrade the most. But that's your tip of the day. And, yeah, that is about it. But sorry for babbling for 20 minutes when I should have did this in 2. And we'll catch you soon and keep your grind game strong.